8 crazy facts about the 4th of July you never knew. The last one will blow your mind. Number 1. The Declaration of Independence was actually signed on July 2nd, not July 4th, but the government changed the date for political reasons. Number 2. 3 U.S. presidents died on July 4th, including John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, who died on the exact same day in 1826. Number 3. The Liberty Bell cracked while ringing to celebrate the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence and has never been repaired. Number 4. Americans consume 150 million hot dogs on July 4th, which is enough to stretch from Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles. Number 5. The original American flag had 13 stripes and 13 stars, but Betsy Ross's design was rejected twice before being accepted. Number 6. Fireworks on July 4th cause more injuries than any other holiday, with over 10,000 people hospitalized every year. Number 7. The smallest town in America celebrates July 4th with a population of just one person who serves as mayor, librarian, and bartender. Number 8. The government spends over $1 billion on July 4th celebrations, but most of that money goes to classified security operations.
Why do Americans celebrate the 4th of July? Because on July 4th, 1776, something historic happened. 13 colonies declared independence from Britain and officially became the United States of America. They were tired of being ruled from across the ocean. No vote, high taxes, no freedom to decide their own future. So they took a stand and signed the Declaration of Independence. That document wasn't just words on paper. It was a bold message to the world. We are free. Ever since, Americans have celebrated that moment with fireworks, flags, parades, and family. Not just to party but to remember the cost of freedom. That's why the 4th of July matters. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe for more stories they never taught in school.
Tell me why you're not celebrating the 4th of July this year. I'll go first. Because I care about children. Let me explain. The 4th of July essentially celebrates a settler state. We all know the United States wouldn't exist without the genocide of indigenous people. We all just pretend like it doesn't matter that much. But our settler state neighbors to the north know a little something about uncovering the truth. Officials recently found over 200 indigenous children's bodies at a residential school in Canada, and the number of mass graves continue to grow. According to The Week, over 6,000 indigenous children died in residential schools in Canada, and these weren't really schools. They were sites of physical, spiritual, and psychological torture of indigenous people and their families. And this happened here too. The last residential schools in the United States closed in the 1970s. And our government has promised to open up an investigation, but that's not going to happen until we signal boost. Because a weird thing happens with numbers. When they get really high, we start to not care as much. So visualize one child. How can you celebrate that?
Another thing is this. Juneteenth just passed. And I thought Juneteenth, the whole idea of celebrating Juneteenth was to not have to celebrate the 4th of July. So make that make sense. You see, in 1776, Black people were not even free. Your ancestors were not even free. Let that sink in for a minute. So while the bombs was bursting in the air and the snap, crackle, and pop was going on, what you had to worry about was the snap, crackle, and pop being whipped on your back. The 4th of July is about the Europeans getting their independence from Britain. So they understood struggle. They understood wanting to be free and wanted to be liberated. But at the same time, they could not understand Black people wanting to be free and be liberated.
Oh my God, look, it's 4th of July. Oh my God, it was just Canada Day. Oh my God, we're literally celebrating nations that forced indigenous people off of their lands and are continuing to do the same thing today in other areas of the world, furthering their political and colonial agendas. And if any of you ask, well, why do you live on indigenous land? Well, baby, I would be happily living in my homeland had these same nations not gone in, stripped us of our resources, created political instability, and forced our families to be refugees. I would be happily living in my homeland. But it's the same nations, it's the same cycles, and it's the same script every single time. Anyways, it's land back, it's free Palestine, free Sudan, free the Congo.
I'm confused. Why y'all celebrating the 4th? People talking about the 4th, about cookouts and hanging out. And why y'all, who free? What country y'all celebrating? What we celebrate? What's the cookout for? Who we inviting? Like, Y'all seriously, are y'all okay? People still talking about celebrating the 4th of July. What are you celebrating? Especially black people, are you serious? The country is literally trying to erase you from history, like you're not here. Black and brown being deported everywhere. All this stuff going on, and you're celebrating what we've been. Look, the joke is on us. You ain't free. You ain't free.
4th of July, Independence Day, more like funeral of July. So many people want to stuff their face with hot dogs, put on their star-spangled Speedo, and shotgun a Budweiser like our country isn't burning to the ground in front of our fucking faces. You want to wear red, white, and blue like this country hasn't shit on every promise it's ever made? Like the flag still represents freedom and liberty? The 4th of July is a fucking farce, a sick joke, a firework display over a massive grave. You want to celebrate what exactly? A corrupt Supreme Court who legalized dictatorship by granting their king full immunity for his crimes? A death cult Congress shredding Medicare and Medicaid, looting Social Security, and trying to erase trans people in the LGBTQ community out of existence. A regime building alligator Auschwitz, while human beings, including white people who think they're safe, will be worked to death in 130-degree heat. This isn't hyperbole. This is all part of the plan known as Project 2025. Medicaid and Medicare first. Millions of poor, disabled, and elderly Americans will die because of this bill. Social Security is next. After paying into it for your entire working lifetime, the GOP is going to tell retirees, oh well, while billionaires get another tax break. Every last safety net we have will be burned. Food stamps, disability payment, unemployment payment, all gone. Because in their cruel, dystopian America, poverty is a crime and it's your fault. Your taxes are no longer funding anything for you. Your money isn't fixing the infrastructure. It's being used to put military in the streets. Your money isn't funding public education. It's paying more border Gestapo to throw children and immigrants into cages. Your money isn't helping the sick. It's subsidizing billionaire yachts. And sorry, not sorry, I don't feel bad for any of the MAGA who will suffer as a result. They think because they voted for Trump that they're safe. Sorry. But even still, they're going to blame Biden and Obama while the orange tyrant hands their Social Security checks to people like Peter Thiel and Stephen Miller. And if white people think they're safe, wake the fuck up. You might not be in the first round of people that they gather up and shove into alligator Auschwitz, but you will be next. Because they'll come for the leftists first, then the women, then the people who present as the wrong kind of Christians. MAGA voters are fucking expendable pawns. The second they're no longer useful, they're gonna be gator food. And if you think your Trump 2028 flag is going to save you, your Walmart will close because nobody will be able to afford anything in it. Your methadone clinics will shut down while you go into withdrawal. Your trailer park is going to be bulldozed for another private prison. But go ahead and still blame the libs while your teeth rot out of your fucking face and your kids starve. Project 2025 is the blueprint. The Supreme Court is the enabler, and Trump is the executioner. So fuck your American flags, end your fireworks, fuck your delusion. You should be lighting your flag on fire, or at minimum, hanging it upside down. I'll be wearing all black, as I have been pretty much every day since November 5th. No red, white, and blue, no stars and stripes. Those symbols mean nothing.
This might come as a shock, but nobody cares if you didn't celebrate Independence Day. What I think is kind of funny, though, is that when you were not celebrating it, you had the right to not celebrate it, and you had the right to come on here and complain, and you had the right to go into the public square and hold a sign if you wanted to, talking about how much you don't like the country because of our independence. It blows me away. You think you were achieving something, but it was something you can't do in many, many other countries. You can only do it because of the Declaration of Independence. And you wrap yourself around it when it's beneficial to you as you're complaining about the country that gave that independence to all of us. My goodness. Keep it up because you got to keep me laughing. Come on.